G'day gang, Simo and Ed. And we're back this week to talk about procrastination. And we introduced you to a concept last week about spending 60 minutes or 90 minutes each day working on your business. And so this week, and we think this is super powerful, it moves your business so far forward if you do it regularly, that this week we're going to give you some ideas about what you should be doing in those 90 minutes.
Yeah, now this is going to be a really short video, but there's so much powerful stuff in here to get your head around. Like it's why we've kept this video super short for you.
You're with Simo and Ed, and this is the Fast Line Track Growth Show, where we talk all things karting and business. So your 90 minutes,
Yeah.
you've decided to do your 90 minutes every day.
Yeah.
What should you be doing during those?
The eternal question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, it's all the stuff that moves your business forward, and you go, thanks, Ed. You've just given me an answer, which isn't really an answer.
We talk about working on your business, not in your business.
Yeah.
So it's those tasks to work on your business that will move your business forward.
That's right. So it's all the stuff. It's not the stuff you're doing for contractually fulfilling an obligation to your client. It's all the stuff that you're doing, predominantly marketing, but it could be other bits and pieces that'll get your business to where you want it to be.
Some of the tasks you should be doing: marketing stuff.
Yes.
You know, Facebook ads, Google ads, remarketing, writing emails, writing sales letters.
Yeah. So this
may not all happen in one chunk.
Well, it can do. So this is really interesting. You see, if you're really going to go and make huge steps forward, and it won't happen from the very first session that you're doing, right? But if you really start to understand your customer at a deep, deep level, everything else becomes so much more easier to get your head around. So if you're going to write some marketing and you don't really understand why your customers turn up or what they say about your kart track when they're talking to their friends, right? That's the sort of stuff you need to understand, because once you get your head around that, when you come to sit down to write a bit of marketing,
it's so much easier.
Clearer idea, absolutely. And this is what compacts all the stuff, all the work you've got to do to move your business forward into an hour and a half. This is what makes it possible, and also gets rid of that horrible feeling of procrastination where you're meant to do something and a day's gone by, and then suddenly a week's gone by, and then suddenly it's a fortnight, and then 6 months down the line you've forgotten, just been reminded you were going to go and do something.
Well, that's it. I mean, you and I have spent a lot of time working on Fastline's customer avatar. Understanding who they are, what they do, you know, what interests them, what keeps them awake at night.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
You know, and once you got that down, it does make the copy so much easier. And we have refined that. I think we've done 2 refinements in the last 6 months.
Yeah. Because
we just got to delve deeper into our customers' thinking.
It assumes also that you've set your environment up correctly, right? If you've got your phone on, stick it on silent. Even better, switch the bloody thing off. There's a whiteboard sits just in front of my on my office and the desk in my office, and there's a big sign and it says "Put your phone away while you're working." Right, and pretty much most of the time I do that. I'm not 100%. I'll be honest with you. But making sure that all the little notifications, the dings, the sounds, the whistles, the phone, you've got to just make sure this time is just focused on that activity.
I put my on silent and turn it upside down so I can't see the screen.
Yeah.
Usually hide it under a book. I took desk phone is on do not disturb.
Yeah.
And email is not opened. It's shut.
Yeah, I think there's a guy called Simon Sinek, many people will know him. I'm sure it was him that did a talk I've seen the other day. He was talking about if you're with somebody and you pull a phone out, do you think you've got their full attention? Don't matter whether you're looking at it or not, or if it's on the table, do you think you've got their full attention? And everybody in the audience was like, no. And that really stuck with me. And as a result, I've been trying to hide my phone so that I'm actually committing to my own business and my own future and my own self, and nothing's going to distract me. So get the environment right is the assumption. So we're assuming you know your customer well. If you don't, that's a really good
place to start.
Crikey, that's a whole couple of weeks for your first 60 minutes in a day, understanding your customer at that level needs to go that deep. And the second one is you've got your environment set up correctly. There's nobody coming and interrupting you, and there's no gizmos, gadgets, or anything just getting in the way of all this.
Nobody interrupting you is a big one too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because you get on that roll, then someone walks in and wants to disturb you. I just point at the sign. It says, "Do not disturb unless building's on fire."
Well, I work from home a lot these days, and Deb's would be terrible for walking through the front door and then shouting up, and we've got a 3-story house, and she'll shout up the middle. She stopped doing that, so it took a while. You know, we've had to come to that understanding because she now understands the importance of what I'm doing. So that's all being resolved, you know.
So, we're going to make an offer, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for tasks to do in your 90 minutes...
Yeah, what do you fill this hour, this 90 minutes with?
Leave a comment below and we will shoot a list to you of things you can do in your 90 minutes.
I want to whet the appetite a little bit because you're probably sitting there thinking, like, well, it's obvious. You said, you know, sort out who your customer is. You're probably trying to think there's probably 3 or 4 other things like I could be doing in that 60 minutes, 90 minutes. So how many things have we got on that list?
15 or 16?
15 or 16 things that we think would be hugely valuable to getting your cart track to where you want it to get to. Now, you're probably sitting there, if you've never done this exercise before, thinking, what the heck is that? Perhaps that's one of your first 60 minutes working out what we've got on our list. But if you want that list, you just reach out to us. We'll get that over to you with some suggestions on what we think are the major things that cart tracks around the globe should be looking at in that when they're building their business for that 1 hour, hour and a half a day.
Absolutely. All right. It's goodbye from me.
Cheerio from me.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye now.